required. What is the purpose of the withholding taxes? At when we are going to charge the withholding taxes, remember. Okay, now let us assume okay, now withholding tax or TDS. Remember, TDS and withholding taxes means both are same. Okay, TDS means tax deducted at source. Tax deducted at source. Okay, okay, tax deducted at source or withholding tax. Both are same. Okay, now the TDS will be deducted, means the withholding tax which we are going to charge on only on the services. Okay, now remember, the withholding tax we are going to charge on only, remember, only services means either it is a contract. Suppose let us assume I am the one of the employee. Okay, I am giving service to my business organization. Okay, on behalf of me during the month end, what my organization does is that they are going to deduct the TDS. Okay, on behalf of my, okay, my salary. Then the deducted tax, that we are going to call it as a withholding tax. The tax deducted, whatever the amount, okay, that amount need to be deposit into the government. Okay, so then in the year end, okay, the same will be, maybe the amount will be deposited maybe quarterly or bi-monthly. It depends on the business requirement, organization requirement. Then once the year end will come, what organization will give, okay, on behalf of the how much gross amount we have earned, okay, from that gross how much deductions happened and how much tax they have deducted and how much tax amount they have deposited to the government. Then for that purpose, what organizations are going to issue is a form 16. For permanent employees they are going to issue form 16. For contractor employees they are going to issue the form 16A. Okay, so for in the form 16, what is going to happen, everything will be there. Okay, how much we have earned. Okay, so if we made excess payment, the tax excess tax amount to the government, then we can go for the during year end. Okay, when we are going to file a income tax return, then we can show, okay, we can get the refund amount. Okay, in case if we have made, okay, if our income is more than the, okay, slab, okay, means then we must have to repay that I mean we must have to repay the amount to the, okay, the balance amount to the government. Okay, so this is the one example what I have given. The second example would be let us assume, okay, there is some one contractor is there, one contractor who is supplying the water to my business organization. Okay, for my company. Okay, water supply is a contract which I have given to the XYZ limited. Okay, what will happen if the contract value would be a, okay, maybe for the month of October I paid is a 10,000, and for the month of, again for the December month again I paid 10,000 rupees. Means the contract value would be a, in entire year, if the contract value will be a, exceeds 50,000 rupees, then only that the withholding tax or TDS will be applied, okay, on that contractor. Otherwise, if the contract value is a less than 50,000 rupees in entire financial year, the value, I mean the TDS will not apply to that particular contractor. The second scenario. Then the third scenario would be in case if the contractor does not have the PAN number, permanent account number, what we can do, we can directly straightforward we can deduct the 20%. Even you can able to, okay, I think you might have heard this kind of situations also. Okay, if the supplier, okay, does not have that, okay, PAN number, we can directly deduct 20% of the amount. Okay, so in India we have the withholding tax. When we are going to charge a withholding tax, it's a different situations. Okay, as I told on services or individuals, okay, on individual services, on contractors, it depends on the business requirement. Okay, now TDS, when we are going to deduct the tax deducted at source. Okay, so the TDS will be deducted. Okay, now TDS on contractors, let us assume, TD, let us assume TDS on contractors. Contractors. Okay. Then as per Income Tax Act, as per Income Tax Act, okay, Income Tax Act, the section means for now if we are deducting some tax for each and everything, okay, based on the, okay, government means the section under which section we are going to deduct the tax, the section and the percentage will be decided by the government, means according to the government rules we must have to follow the, okay, tax deduction. Okay, now Income Tax Act, the section would be a, the section 194, section 194, okay, section 194C on this one which I am going to deduct the tax, okay, on contractors income. Okay, remember on contractors, okay, income which I am going to deduct the tax. Okay, now okay, now the tax deduction under this section, under this section, the next one would be, okay, then who is going to deduct the tax? The first one would be either it's a company or partnership firm. Company or, okay, company or is a partnership firm. Partnership company or a, it's a partnership firm. Okay, whoever want, okay. Okay, now who is going to deduct the tax? It's a company or partnership firm. Okay, they are going to deduct taxes on individuals. Okay, means employees, individuals. Then the second one would be a, then TDS rates. Okay, TDS rates means tax. What is the percentage of the tax? How we are going to deduct? Okay, the tax per slabs will be decided by the government. Okay, let us assume the 3% which I am going to, let us assume 5%. Okay, the 5% which I am going to deduct the tax. Okay, now if it is applicable, okay, if it is a basis means, let us assume my base is a, okay, my basic is a 5%. Okay, on this 5%, if it is a surcharge is applicable, surcharge, surcharge, let us assume which I am charging is a surcharge is a 10% on the, on the, on this 5% means which I am going to, okay, charge the surcharge. If it is a surcharge, if I want to charge means if I want to apply the surcharge for this particular business transaction also, okay, when I am going to deduct the tax. Okay, then the next one would be a TDS. How the TDS is going to deduct? Okay, it's a, then then the next one would be, I will mention here, then the third one is a, when the TDS is going to deduct. Okay, TDS is to be deducted, TDS is to be deducted at the time of, at the time of invoice. Remember, at the time of invoice, or remember at the time of invoice or at the time of advance. Advance, whichever is earlier. Remember, advance payment, payment posting, payment postings, and whichever whichever is earlier means either, maybe I can directly, okay, now advance, okay, the when we are going to deduct the withholding tax means, let us assume now we have given some contractor work to some, means water supplier, okay, to supply the water, okay, or else some contract which I have given to some vendor, okay, for my office building painting purpose. Okay, what will happen? The vendor has requested some advance amount from us. Okay, now you can just make the payment some amount on behalf of our contract. Then our organization need to make the payment, means advance payment to the vendor. Okay, then while making advance, we can deduct the withholding tax. Then, or if we, and at the time of invoice, once the contract work will be completed, once the settlement, during the settlement, we must have to create the invoice. Okay, in that invoice it will have the entire contract value. Okay, how much amount the contract value, how much the percentage which we need to deduct. Okay, at this point of time, then again we are going to deduct the tax. Okay, at the time of advance or at the time of invoice payment. Then whichever is earlier, means whichever is earlier, either it might be advance maybe first happen, or invoice maybe first happen. Okay, so it's a depends on the business requirement. Then the next one would be a, okay, if the contract value, as I told you, if the contract value would be a, okay, less than 50,000 rupees, okay, we are not going to charge any TDS. Okay, in case if the contractor does not have the, okay, in case if the contractor does not have the PAN number, straightforward we can go and deduct the, okay, 20% of the tag, 20% of the tax amount. Okay, if it is a contractor is a permanent employee, for permanent employee the organizations will issue the form 16. If it is a contractor, for contractors we will issue the form 16A. Okay, then repayment, TDS repayment. Then TDS deposit to the government, means every month, means as soon as once the tax will be deducted. Okay, TBT should be, means tax deducted, tax deposit to the government, means as soon as the deducted TDS amount, we must have to deposit into government, into government into government. Okay, within 7 days. Okay, within 7 days, within 7 days, in the sense what will happen now, I am going to deduct the tax. Okay, now is a now it is a during the month end, every organization will deduct the taxes on behalf of the employees salaries. So what will happen? Okay, what will happen? Okay, as soon as once they deduct the tax, okay, what will happen? They must have to deposit that tax to the government authorities within 7 working days. It means in the last month, if they have deducted some taxes, they must have to deposit the tax to the next month before 7th of the next month. Okay, these are the conditions. Okay, TDS contractors. Okay, these are the steps which we need to follow. Okay, if it is as I told, it's a fifth point number. If the contractor does not have the pan number pan number, what we can do, we will deduct, or we will charge, we will we will okay, we will charge TDS 20%. 20% means this is the even this has been decided by the government. Okay, apart from this contractors, I just have given only the example for contractors purpose. Okay, others, there are many transactions are there, for like it's a dividend payments. Okay, so some gifts. Okay, even some, okay, some, let us assume some film actors. Okay, where they are providing services to the, okay, public. Okay, or services. Okay, for each and every where, okay, the TDS will be applied. Okay, it's a services, wherever service will come into the picture, then on that particular transaction we must have to charge the, okay, we must have to apply the, okay, TDS. Okay, now what we can do? Okay, so these are the pre-conditions, okay, we must have to aware of that one. Okay, in for up to 4.6 means SAP. In SAP earlier we have the 4.7 version was there. Okay, up to 4.7 version the withholding tax was there in the, it's a part of the, okay, it was part of the I mean, okay, classic withholding tax. Now once they release the, okay, is I mean from 4, okay, 4.6 version, okay, it was part of the classic withholding tax. And now in 4.7 onwards, the SAP has been come up with the extended withholding tax concept. Okay, now even earlier it was the part of the sin country India version. Okay, now let me go here. Okay, now what we can do, we'll start the configuration. This is the concept and overview of the withholding tax. Okay, now if anyone is having any further queries, so that please let me know, I will clarify before start the configuration. So please let me know. Okay, fine. Then I will jump into the configuration. Okay, so as I have explained, okay, each and every country has to follow the local government rules. So even for withholding taxes also, whatever the government, whatever the rules and regulations has been, okay, given by the government, according to the government instructions, we must have to follow the rules. Okay, we must even for tax deduction also, we must have to follow the rules and regulations according to the local government. Okay, now, okay, for that is the reason now we must have to check for the withholding tax countries. I mean for India, the country is a withholding tax. Okay, now we are in India. Okay, as per Indian government rules and regulations, we must have to follow. Okay, first let me go and define the calendar. Okay, now means the calendar what I am going to define, for what purpose the calendar would require, in the sense in a week I have a seven days. Okay, out of 7 days, how many working days are there? Means from Monday to Saturday or Monday to Friday. Some organizations may work Monday to Saturday. Some organizations may work from Monday to Friday. Okay, that calendar we must have to define. Then after that, we must have to define the public calendar also. Okay, in India, in general, public holidays is a January 26, August 15, May Day, Christmas. There are public holidays which are there. Okay, in that public, for that public holidays, we must have to define the separate calendar also. Okay, now what I am doing here is a, I am going to defining the calendar. Here is a SPRO NetWeaver. Then is a general settings. Then maintain calendar. Here is the, okay, now the maintain calendar here. Now here is a public calendar. Okay, then change option. Okay, select create button, which I want to create is a, then with fixed date means there are some festivals which are in India. Okay, there are some, okay, it's a fixed days. Now it's a January 26 and August 15. Okay, 25th, I mean 25th of December Christmas, and 14th of January, okay, Pongal. Okay, these are the fixed calendar days in a year. Okay, now what I am trying to do here is, let me create the fixed day. Now here somebody has created, now see Christmas has created the, even May Day also, it is the fixed day already, it has been created. Okay, now let me go here. Okay, let me create a new one for 14th day. Okay, means from to 2 days, means 01 to 31 days the calendar, it will have month. Okay, then month I will give is a January month. Okay, I will give the January month. Okay, the short text I will give is the short text I will give is a Pongal, just for our understanding. Okay, I will create Okay, now just create this button. Now select yes means we want to copy that. Now we have created the Pongal. Now just come back. Now select the next one. Okay, day one. Select create button. Month is the okay for January we have already selected. Okay, then select the holiday calendar. Select the holiday calendar and I'm just holidays. Okay, then create option. Okay, see the calendar which I am going to defining here is the, let me define for the G1. Sorry, G1 I believe I have already defined. G1 not sure. Okay, let us try. G1 I will create. Now here what I will give, factory calendar of, okay, okay, factory holiday calendar. Factory holiday calendar of GE of GA. Okay, I will just mention the validity. Okay, what you can see here. Then then assign holiday. Whatever the calendar I have created, okay, for Pongal, okay, for Pongal, which I want to, okay, which I want to, okay, what I need to do for the Pongal purpose. Come down here. For Pongal I have created. Now this I am going to assigning to the assign public holiday. Okay, here what I am trying to do, I am just assigning this, okay, calendar to the public holiday. This is the public holiday. Now the validity from, if you want, okay, it is a fixed day, right? So okay, the validity, just save it, save it. Then I have created a holiday calendar. Okay, then factory calendar. Okay, now I am going to create this calendar is for the, okay, how many days are there in a how many days are there in a week, means 7 days are there, but how many working days are there. Okay, then now you can see here Monday, Thursday means all days are there. Now I will create is a G2. Then here is the factory calendar. Here I will give is the, okay, then factory calendar of GE. Then for this factory calendar, which I must have to assign the holiday calendar, means okay, from these days which day it is falling. Okay, I don't know, right? The public holiday, based on this the system will understand. Factory calendar of GE. Then I will select a Saturday. Even in my business organization, I want to work even Saturday is Saturday also. It is my working day. It is my working day. So then enter, then save it. Okay. So what I have done, even I have created the factory calendar also. Okay. What I have done, I just have created the factory calendar. Okay. Then go back, check withholding tax countries. The next one would be a, which I want to, okay, check the, which I want to check the withholding tax countries. Means okay, whether as I told in the beginning, okay, which I want to follow my local government rules as per my, okay, follow the, which I want to follow my, which I want to follow the rules as per my local government rules. Then go back here, check withholding tax countries. India, whether see under country India, we have created our company code. So that is the reason I'm just, okay. Now let me go here. Then SPRO, financial accounting, financial accounting, financial accounting, financial accounting, global settings. Then withholding taxes, withholding taxes. Then extended withholding tax. Now you can see here, then basic settings, check withholding tax countries, means the with for to calculate withholding tax, whether the country India it is there in this place or not. India. Now India. Now you can see here the India, it is available. This is the country. This is the withholding tax type. Okay, withholding country. I mean India. Okay, withholding tax country we have already. Okay, there is a already we have done this one. Okay, now okay. So the country settings which is already there, then defining the next one would be a, okay, define withholding tax types, okay, which I want to define is a define withholding, defining withholding tax keys, means the keys is a under which section which I am going to deduct the tax. Let me enter country is India, okay, under section 194 which I am going to deduct the tax on the contractors, okay, the section which is already it is there. Okay, now no need to define the new one. Okay, now let me go back. Then define business place and section code. The next one would be a which I want to, means a business place is the place, okay, means now I have the business is a Hyderabad is there, now Bangalore is there, okay, at which business place, okay, we are deducting the tax. It's a depends on the requirement, okay, withholding tax. Then India, then define business place here. Here define business place. Now select the new entries. Okay, company code. Company code is a GA01. GA01. Even the I will keep the section code also the same GA01 also. Okay, the name what I will give is a what I will give. Okay, G sorry GA01 Hyderabad factory. I will just give here. Okay, now name what I am going to give here is the GA01 Hyderabad factory. Give the name, that's it. Then the language, just enter it, save it. Okay, what we have done, DE accounting firm. Let me take this one. What we have done, okay, we have defined the business place and section code. Okay, now we have created the business place and section code. Now assign factory calendar to the section code. Now the next one would be a assign factory calendar to the section code. Then inventories, company code is a GE01. Then section code. What is the section code which we have defined? Okay, this is the section code what we have defined. Then factory calendar. Okay, the factory calendar is a G2 what we have defined. G2 is a factory calendar of GE. Okay, then rule means here in case my public holiday, okay, it is the 7th what I have told earlier. Okay, whenever we are going to after deduction of the tax, okay, we must have to deduct that withholding tax to the government, that deposit to the government next month, okay, before 7th of the next month. So what will happen if 7th, okay, will fall under public holiday? Then what we need to do, we must have to deposit that tax to the prior day only. Okay, prior day in the sense means 6th of every month, means day before. Save it. Then the next one is a define business place. Back. Okay, to define the business place, what we have to do, come to transaction code version SM30. Then we must have to maintain the data into table level. J underscore 1. Okay, this is the one. The underscore CV. Okay, this is the table. Under this table we need to maintain the, okay, click on maintain option over here, give the company code here, then click on the new entries. Okay, then here the business place. Okay, business place, you can give the business place what I will give, GE GE, the one I will give is a, okay, then description, same, GE01 company. Then the description I will give is the, okay, I will just, okay, I'll mention that, then save it. Okay, business place what we have defined, save it. Now what we have done, we have defined the business place also. Okay, we have defined the business place, means this is the take place under the at table level. The next one is a assign section code to the business place. The next one would be a, the next one b underscore section, CODE, then company code, and here we must have to assign to the, okay, section code. Okay, business place, this is the section code already we have defined. For this section code we must have to assign the business. Just enter, then save it. Then okay, now let me